welcome in for another episode of Vol Club Confidential. I'm your host, Austin Price of VolQuest.com. Coming up tonight on the show, we have Dalton Knecht. Is there a more interesting man in Tennessee basketball than him? We move from Jackson Ross, the most interesting man in Tennessee football, to Dalton Knecht, the hot commodity in Tennessee basketball. We'll have him join us later, but first, let's get to the Vol Club's Brandon Spurlock. And Brandon, it's a busy time of year for all NIL, representation, collectives, you name it. The portal is hopping, and it's a constant daily chatter and a lot of buzz around here.
Yeah, I think it's a lot going on. It's current roster, it's the portal, it's you've got signing day coming up on December 20th, so all that happening at one time. And I think as we look ahead to next year, going back to the start of NIL, the ability of our group and our members to be able to attract, it is a part of the attraction. They know what players are talking to current players. They know what NIL can look like at a place like Tennessee. So big thank you to our members for giving us a shot.
I think one of the coolest things is the more I talk to people around college football is, and you hear from these horror stories of players that don't get what they're promised, didn't get paid what they were told they were going to get paid. You guys have never missed a payment, to any of your clients, which I think is a huge deal because that's not the case all around college football.
Yeah, it's 130 guys, just across football, baseball, basketball. The top three male sports at Tennessee in terms of revenue generation and things like that. So, and I think we talk about it a lot. When NIL started July 1, 2021, I don't know that there's many other collectives that have been there since day one as the same entity. And we haven't, had to reinvent ourselves or start over or, have a new group come in. So we, take pride in that and want to keep that going. And that's, again, thanks to our fans and our members that have made that possible. Yeah,
the only thing that's changed is, James Clausen's hair color and his blood pressure. You could say the same thing about Hunter, but he dyes his hair.
Hey, we're all losing a little sleep, but it's for a good cause, and we all want the same thing, and that's to be at the top of this playoff next year. So,
yeah.
See you there.
See you there. Good Lord, Brandon Spurlock. We appreciate the time, man. We will look forward to seeing you out there at the next big Vol Club tailgate, which will be at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida.
We'll be there. Yeah, what is it? First time since 2001? And then
it's 2001 season, 2002 game. But yes, 21 years since Tennessee has been in Orlando for a bowl game, and they'll do that coming up on January 1st. That's at 1 o'clock against Iowa. He's Brandon Spurlock. Now let's turn to our main guest, Dalton Knecht.
Dalton, how are you?
Good, man. You? Dalton, you're in your one and only year here at Tennessee and having a phenomenal season. What's that been like to kind of step onto the court and just have instant success?
It's a real cool experience just to go out, play in front of a great fan base, and play with my great teammates and my coaching staff. They all helped me off to a good start.
You guys have had a couple of losses here early on, but you played a ridiculous schedule, right? You go over to the Maui Invitational and you're playing Purdue, you're playing Kansas. These are two teams that are ranked 1 and 2. Then you go to North Carolina, perennial power. And how much do you think those games help you for February, March, and potentially early April?
Yeah, it's always big to play the top teams early on because you could get those battle tests in early. So you kind of find what you're made of kind of early and kind of fix what you kind of need to work on, and then could ultimately be a better team at the end of the year, and I think it's going to really help us no matter what happened in Hawaii or at North Carolina.
What do you feel like you brought to Tennessee basketball?
I feel like I brought a lot of people just say scoring, but I feel like an overall just giving everything I have on the court every single day. I feel like I give that all out to my teammates, to the coaching staff, and the fan base of Tennessee.
Everybody knows you as the scorer, right? When did you kind of know you were good at scoring the basketball? Because that's not something that just everyone's good at. It seems like you can kind of get your shot a number of different ways, whether it be elevating, driving, or kind of just creating on your own. When did you kind of know? Was it middle school, high school? When did you kind of become the guy that can just go get his?
I would say very early on when I started playing, I was always working hard with my dad, practicing the moves, just staying really confident on the court and always just I don't know. It just always seemed to click for me, and it's a blessing to be able to score the ball because everyone wants to score the ball, but at the same time, there's other places in the game that you got to play as well. So it's just an early thing that happened.
Obviously, a lot of success at Northern Colorado, early success here. But, like, what memories come back for you when you think about playing as a 8-year-old, a 10-year-old? Like, are there, like, little games where you're like, man, we played this team and, like, in this league, and it was a great game back and forth. Like, do you have those kind of moments that kind of flash back to when you were a kid playing, just playing ball?
Oh yeah, I don't know why, but I always remember my buzzer beater. My first ever buzzer beater that I hit was I was playing up on varsity in AAU, and I hit a game winner over like a 6'7" dude, and I'm like 5'4", and that's just a crazy game winner that I'll always remember.
How old were you, and kind of what league? Like what age were you playing in?
I was just playing AAU with my club team. I was going into my freshman year of high school, and I was playing with probably sophomores and juniors, and it was just real fun to go out there.
And you're only 5'4" at the time.
Yeah.
When did you shoot up?
I shot up my junior year of high school. It's a crazy experience. I was 5'4" as a freshman. Sophomore year was about 5'6", 5'7". Then I was up to 6 foot, 6'3" as a senior when I graduated, and then 6'6" when I played my first year of JUCO ball. So I kind of grew a little bit more.
So you go back to like the Anthony Davis, he had that point guard skill set because he used to play point guard, Is that kind of how you feel like at times, why you're so comfortable out there bringing it up the floor and kind of being out there along the perimeter?
Yeah, I mean, I was always short in my life. I was always playing like point guard, dribbling the ball up and stuff, so I've always felt like super confident. And then when I grew, just feel like I was just a bigger point guard the bigger I got. So it ultimately helped me out, to be honest.
You ever go back home and see somebody you've not seen since like freshman or sophomore year, and they're like, whoa, what happened to you?
Yeah, it's almost unnoticeable. I mean, thinking back to my high school days, I was 6'3", 170 maybe, and I put on a lot of weight since high school. I probably put on about 215, so 45 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I mean, I go back home, some people don't recognize me, some people do. It's just funny to see like their faces sometimes.
Now, your build is from Fargo, North Dakota, but you were only born there. You quickly moved, and your family quickly moved to Colorado. But a lot of your family still lives in North Dakota. Tell me about North Dakota.
Very cold. I mean, I always go out there in the summertime, and
you avoid it in the winter.
I love the winter, actually. I like the snow. That's I'm excited to see what type of snow Tennessee gets. I heard it's not too much. I heard it gets icy roads and stuff, so I don't know. I always liked the snow, and I always loved going back there, throwing some snowballs at some family members.
Now, we were talking beforehand, and you live about 30 minutes east of Boulder, so kind of like what I call like the flat part of Colorado compared to the mountainous part. You told me even though you've grown up there your whole life, you've never been a big mountain goer. Like you don't go to the Rocky Mountain National Park, you don't do the snow skiing or any of that stuff.
No, it's crazy. I mean, I barely go up to the mountains when I'm back home. I mean, I'm always just hooping or hanging out with my parents, or it's pretty much all I do, or playing some video games with my friends. I'm just kind of just real relaxed. So I really don't go up to the mountains at all.
When you were in high school, when you were in college, kind of take me through your routine as far as like getting work in. I mean, you're trying to get up X amount of shots every time you step on the court. Kind of what's your routine?
Yeah, I mean, every day, as of like right now, we'll have like workouts individually with our coaches, and then we'll have weights and then practice, and I'll try to get extra shots up at like night. It depends any time. It could be 9 o'clock at night. It could be at 1 a.m. It really don't matter, as long as I could get my shots up just whenever I feel like I'm ready. But that's just something I've always had like from my parents, is just staying in the gym, making sure you just work hard every single day. And I mean, that's a big reason why I think I shoot it so good and confident, is I've always practiced my reps, and it ultimately led me to be a pretty good shooter.
What's the oddest time you've ever been in a shooting session, or just trying to get shots up? I mean, have you ever been looked up at your phone and go, wow, it's 4 a.m.
It's never been that late, but it's been pretty late. I'll usually call especially out here, I'll call my coaches, my JUCO coaches from back home. It'll be like midnight there, so they'll always pick up, and we'll be on the phone for a long time while I'm done working out while I'm driving home, or when I get home, I'll call them. So, I mean, Yeah, I don't know. I just love being in the gym, and Tennessee's got a great facility for sure.
When you got out here, you said you just kind of fell in love with Tennessee, and you knew on your official visit this was it. You know, you had down to kind of Fort Oregon, North Carolina, Kansas, Tennessee. What made that visit? What made you fall in love with Tennessee?
I think a big reason was kind of going out to the spring game. I mean, I never seen a crowd like that. I mean, I never seen Neyland like I never seen it ever. So seeing what was it like 60,000 fans show up to a regular spring game was crazy to me. Like they support, and that's just something that I always want to play in is a packed arena every single night. And Tennessee doesn't disappoint. And RC on the coaching staff, me and him were real close. He always kept it real. The whole coaching staff kept it real the whole time while I was getting recruited. And I just like the teammates were real cool. Called me every single day while went back home and stuff. And Coach Barnes did as well. So I honestly just fell in love with it ever since I came to Rocky Top.
I think people, especially fans, I don't think they understand like the impact that football and Neyland and the atmosphere can have on other sports, whether it's a golf recruit, a basketball recruit, a baseball recruit. It's why all these other coaches love to, bring their kids in for an official visit on football weekends because it does leave an impact, right? And because you can kind of envision what it was like what it's going to be like at Thompson Bowling. The more you've kind of got to play in front of the Tennessee fans, what have you enjoyed about that?
To be honest, it's really cool just playing out in front of, like, what was it? I think the first game was 9,000, and I thought that was a lot. And they said that, like, wait till
wait till conference play.
Yeah, like wait till conference play or the first Illinois game.
Yeah,
like,
Illinois game this weekend.
It's gonna be like you'll be shocked about how loud it really gets.
Yeah,
I'm just ready for that. I mean, I go to the Publix or any type of store, people come up to me and ask like if they want a picture or my autograph, and I never had that before, so it's really cool just like seeing a little kid smile because they're meeting like one of their favorite athletes, college athletes. So it's really like motivating for me just to keep working hard.
How different was that for you from the attention stuff? Because I mean, like, I'm not saying that people didn't recognize you in Colorado. I'm sure they did, but like here, I'm sure that it's a little bit different. And then the more success you have, the more attention you're gonna garner.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember who put it right, but someone said we are Knoxville doesn't have a pro team, and we are their pro team. So
sure.
Like, the football team is their pro team, like everyone. So like, you got to hold yourself to a pro standard, and I mean that's really what I kind of think about is just we're their pro team here. So you got to just represent Tennessee.
Best fan interaction thus far has been what?
I
assume it's after the season because during football season, I'm sure they're like, oh, there's their basketball guy, but now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's that guy that scores 30-something points a game.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the last football game and the crowd was in love with me, so I mean, I showed love back to them. I mean, it was real cool just to go meet all those people. Probably be my best fan interaction was the first time like a fan came up to me. I was with my mom in Target, and a mom and a little son came up to me and asked for a picture, and it was really cool just not only to see their smiles but also my mom's smile.
Yeah,
and like she was proud of me, so it was just really cool.
Now they're not able to come out to every game, but they were out at the Maui Invitational. They're coming in this weekend for Illinois, and then they'll be at most of the SEC games. Mm-hmm. You kind of get amped up when you know they're going to be there.
Oh yeah, I mean, no matter how loud the building is, I'll always hear my dad. Like he gets into it, he'll yell at me, so I'll always.
So you hear that, you know that voice.
Oh yeah, I can hear it anywhere, and I'll know exactly where it's coming from and who it is. I don't know. It's always been something, I guess, young. It's kind of him just yelling and only just helping me out.
So you go down at North Carolina last week. What's going through your mind when you're sitting there with the ankle? Because I mean, I'm sure that had to be a little bit like, uh-oh.
I was in pain. I was on the ground. I tried to get up to shoot my free throws at least, and I got up, and my whole leg shot with like. My whole leg went numb. Like both legs were just done. Like that was the first time I ever like couldn't push through like a pretty good ankle sprain.
And you're worried.
Yeah, I was worried because I mean, I asked G and Chad when they came out on the court. I said, "How was it?" And they said, "You got it pretty good. Like it's a pretty good one." So I kind of got a little nervous, but luckily I got just a sprained ankle pretty much and a couple other stuff. But I'm just lucky it wasn't nothing serious.
And people have been coming up to you on campus and stuff and hitting you up on social media.
Oh yeah, people have been texting me asking how to donate an ankle, and that's just. I mean, even when I cramped against Syracuse, they was texting me the next day asking, "Hey, can I donate my calf to you or something?" Like, it's awesome. Like the fan base here is, I love them. I mean, I try to text back most of them and stuff like that. So it's real funny. It puts a smile on my face seeing that type of stuff.
Who have you learned most from since you've been here? Not counting Coach Barnes. I'm talking about like other players.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, all the guys that every single guy has helped me in a different type of way. So it's kind of hard to say. Josiah, Z, Shaq, Santi, Jonas, Tobe, like all those guys, they always help me out every single day. If I have a question, they'll always answer it. Like, you can't just say it in one because we all try to help each other no matter what. Like, everybody will help everybody no matter what. So it's hard.
What is it that, kind of, I know the ultimate goal is to play professionally, play in the NBA, but like, what are you hoping to get done this year with this team, individually, team-wise? Kind of what were some of the goals you set before the season started?
I think definitely all of us were, Hawaii didn't go as we wanted. That was one thing, was to go win that. But we learned like we kind of said, it's kind of better just to learn like where we need to get better at and stay humbled and keep working hard. But I think that's going to be better for us because I think we as a team are going to be ready for SEC play. We're all going to want to win that. And then when March comes, everybody wants to win in March. So that's going to be a big goal for us, is both of those, the SEC and playing in March, winning it.
Do you like home games or road games more?
Man, that's a good question. I like both. I like when the crowds at away games start talking to me because that gets me going quite a bit. So I love, like, Carolina. In warm-ups, they was yelling. So that kind of got me into it, so for sure. But playing in front of the home crowd is also fun. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to choose between those two because both places are going to be energetic, Like, wherever I feel like Tennessee plays, we're gonna bring a good crowd no matter where we go.
So we were talking about warming up before we got going, and you kind of struck me with something. Like, when I go play around the golf, I've always found, like, if I play well the first hole or have a good range session, I normally don't play that well on the hole, but if vice versa, like if you bogey the first hole, it almost like makes you like kind of more focused. You said you normally play your best games when you don't shoot it well in warm-ups.
Yeah, I mean,
now every Vol fan's going to go break every shot in warm-ups.
I know. I mean, at my old school, when I dropped my career high 34, I remember in warm-ups, I did not shoot good at all. Like, it was bad. And same with kind of like Carolina, I wasn't shooting very good. And I don't know. It's just, I guess it's kind of like superstitious, I guess. Kind of like, I feel like if you have a good time shooting in warm-ups, I feel like I don't really think about it, but like, it's just something that I don't know. When I'm shooting bad in warm-ups, I'm not like discouraged. Like, oh no, like this is gonna be a bad shooting game. I just keep staying positive. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to think about.
What's something most people don't know about Dalton Knecht?
Man, I would say the mountain thing, but I already brought that up. But I guess it'd be I play one-on-one against my dog back home all the time. Yeah, my dog Zoe, she whenever I dribble a basketball, she'll try to steal it. Like, if I put it between my legs, or whenever I dribble a basketball, she's just running towards me trying to hit it out my hands or something. Or if I shoot it, she's gonna go chase the rebound and hit it for some reason. It's just funny. Like, I'll try to cross my dog up and play one-on-one against her after I'm done working out or something. So
what's that? I guess the friendship like with the dog, with Zoe.
Yeah, I mean.
And how hard has it been to be away from her?
Yeah, I mean, I miss my dog every single day. My mom sends pictures quite a bit of my dog, so it's kind of something different being so far away from my dog. But they're hopefully gonna try to get my dog out here sometime during Christmas so I could go see it, or maybe I fly back out home. So it's kind of difficult because I'm sure everyone has a dog that is real close to them, or a pet that they really love.
Gotta get Zoe here for senior day.
Oh yeah, got to.
I think that's a must.
Zoe and Smokey gotta meet. I got to. Never know.
Before he leaves, he's gonna have Smokey playing 1-on-1 with him over at Pratt.
Zoe versus Smokey. Who does the Balls got? The Ball Nation. Who do they got?
How old is Zoe?
She's 6 years old. So
Sisters or brothers?
no, only child.
Only child.
Yep.
I bet it is hard for mom and dad to be this far away.
I guess so. They miss me quite a bit. I'll call them every once in a while. I'm kind of bad at calling people back, so I try my best to make sure I talk to my parents every single day because I know they miss me and I miss them as well.
Who do you try to model your game after?
To be honest, I think Kevin Durant. Like I base my game off of him every single day. Any move, I watch all of his YouTube highlights. I watch everything, podcast. I love KD. I mean, he recently followed me after the Hawaii trip, and man, that was something really cool. Like,
Have you reached out to him?
not yet. I want to. I'm going to soon. Hopefully, I could get in the lab with him, go work out with him, or maybe play a 1-on-1 or something.
I know that you said that, Coach Barnes, you instantly wanted to play for him because you knew he would push you. Like, he's not easy on somebody he sees a lot in. What's that been like? Because I know he coaches you hard.
Yeah, he pushes me every single day. He's not just me, everybody, every single day. He's not just on one person. He's on everybody. So, he's just a Hall of Fame coach that knows what's best for his players, and that's to push them every single day to be better. So, I love Coach even when he gets on me. I know it's all out of love.
How hard is that at times, though?
You'll
does he know? Does he just know how to push the certain button to kind of get you just kind of pissed?
I think he's starting to find it. Last couple of days before we went out to Carolina, he's been real pushy. So I know it's just to get us all ready as a team. Like he was pushing everybody's buttons. So he was making us all run everything just to get us. I think he was just more getting us amped up for the games, like the big games or just any type of game. He's gonna get us ready no matter what the circumstances is.
If you could plan the family vacation, where would it be? What does Dalton Knecht enjoy besides basketball? We obviously know you're taking a ball wherever you go.
Yeah, I would say my dream vacation would be probably like the Bahamas or something. I've never been to a real beach just to go see the beach.
Did you not go to the beach at all in Hawaii?
Oh, I did, but that's like a basketball thing, I try to go surfing and stuff, but also I had a game, didn't want to get too sunburnt. Didn't want to cut my foot in the ocean or something, you know what I mean? So I had to limit myself. I didn't go out there just to see the beach. Had to take care of business, basketball.
So the Bahamas.
Yeah.
You like that? We've already established you're not. You live near the mountains. You're not a mountain guy, so you're more of a beach guy.
I'm not sure. I like the snow. I actually love the snow. When I go back home to North Dakota and Minnesota, it's all full of snow, and I love it. I like this. I probably like the snow better than the heat. I hate being hot. I'd rather be pretty cold, like AC on all the time.
So if you're an NBA team out there, north of Kentucky, make sure you draft him. He loves the cold weather.
Sure.
Chicago. You go across the border into Toronto.
Could be. I'd be blessed wherever.
Timberwolves. I know.
I know.
Did you grow up a particular fan of any particular team? Were you a Nuggets guy growing up?
Yeah, it was. It's rough watching the Nuggets back in the day.
Not now.
Not now. I remember I was sitting on the couch here watching them win the title. It was me and my friend that moved out here with me. We was pumped up watching the Nuggets finally win. We always have good teams and then we just get bounced out early or something happens. Something crazy always happens with us.
You only a basketball guy? You like other sports?
Yeah, I like other sports. I like football. I really like UFC. Me and my friend and one of the managers, Blake, me and him always watch the UFC fights. Every single time it's on, we'll go watch it.
Who's the GOAT UFC fighter?
The GOAT? John Jones. So, he does everything crazy. I was really looking forward to watching him fight until he got injured. So
I'm gonna go Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar? He was a beast. I remember watching his last fight when I was a little kid with my dad.
Maybe that needs to be a new question. I always ask Jordan or LeBron.
Jordan or LeBron? KD. No, I'm playing.
We've had KDs. We have Kobe's.
KD. Between LeBron and Jordan, I'd say Jordan just because my dad always showed me videos. And You can't
You're
go
such a
wrong.
basketball junkie. Like the people that say LeBron are the people that are prisoners of this generation only.
Yeah.
Like
You kind of have to see both sides. So.
yeah,
I think
LeBron's
Jordan-
fantastic.
Yeah, they're both great players, so it's hard to tell.
Different mentalities though.
Exactly.
LeBron's a little bit more of a giver. He passes more.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan is more cutthroat. The reason he was 6-0 in the finals.
Oh yeah, 6-0. You can't argue that. You can't.
It's pretty good.
6-0. I mean, took a couple years off and still
He came back, won
still
another
did a
three-peat.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the most mind-boggling stat was when he was 40 years old playing for the Wizards. I wish he hadn't come back with them.
I feel like some people take that.
But he played all 82 games. Like nobody plays. I mean, guys now play 60. Like it's always like, oh, it's a maintenance day.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you like that notion of maintenance? You seem like such a basketball guy and competitive. I don't know if you have it in you to just go, yeah, I'm just gonna take the day off.
I wouldn't want to take the day off. I mean, I love playing basketball every single day. I mean, that's something that I've always loved as a kid, and I've always was in the gym every single day. So I don't think I would say I have to sit out a game because I'm tired or something. I'd go out there no matter what and just go hoop. Just who I am.
Theme park guy or no?
Big what?
Big theme park guy?
Theme park? Yeah, I like roller coasters. I mean, we got a couple of them in Colorado that I'd always go to. They're a lot of fun. I mean, I had a crazy experience when I was little. Kind of like I said, I was super tiny, couldn't fit on some of the rides. I almost fell out of one. My dad had to hold me in. It was like the ones that dropped straight down.
Yeah.
So I didn't like those ones, but I like roller coasters in general. They're fun.
Best part of being from Colorado is what?
I would say the food. The food's good out there in Colorado, surprisingly. A lot of people don't know that.
Favorite food here is where?
Ooh, I mean, ever since I've been here, every place that I ate, I feel like is a new good spot. But I always go to Chicken Sack. Chicken Sack is probably my favorite wing spot here. I love wings, and their wings are always elite.
So that's your go-to food. If you're going to get food, that's your go-to is wings.
The wings or or I'll find like a steakhouse or something. Got to.
What kind of flavor on the wings?
I've been really liking Honey Hot from there. This probably my favorite by far since I've been here.
Honey Hot.
You gotta try it. Go to Chicken Sack. Get Honey Hot.
Sounds like NIL deal. Chicken
Maybe.
Sack. January,
Sack.
February, March. Cash in. Every 25-point game, you get to go get a discount on wings.
Hey, we could. I like that. I'd definitely be over there after the game.
You're going over there regardless.
Yeah.
So you brought a friend out here.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of take me through that, because I mean most kids just come out and they're on their own, but you've got an instant friend, not counting the basketball family you've created.
Yeah, I mean, me and my friend Joe, we played at AAU together, and we've always been super close. And I mean, when I hit the portal, he texted me. He was like, "Yo, I want to get out of Colorado too," and he was like, "Would you mind if I went with you?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." I mean, why wouldn't you want to live with like one of your friends? Don't want to be all alone, So I told him yeah, let's go. And then he fully supported my decision and stuff. And he loves it out here too. We both love it out here in Tennessee.
Who's your best friend on the team? Who have you gravitated towards? Who have you connected with?
There's a lot of. I don't know. I can't choose one. I like hanging out with almost all of them. You can't just decide on one. But I mean, we have a pretty big group chat of playing video games, and we'll all get on and stuff. So it's kind of hard to tell just one person.
You said earlier that you kind of get driven by the trash talk from opposing fans. Are you a trash talker back?
I don't say the first word, but I definitely.
You say the last word.
I definitely will say the last word for sure. If they start talking, I'll get going. And
are you one that you stay quiet, and then once you know your team's going to win the game and you have done your deal, then you turn around and talk?
No, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not gonna talk crazy until they start talking wild. Once they start talking crazy, I'll start going crazy, and then first I gotta let my game back it up though. First, can't just go out and start talking crazy and then not back it up.
As we wrap up, what's been the best thing you found about Tennessee? Since you've been here, to validate your decision.
I would say, you mean the best thing that I've learned from here?
Yeah, I mean, what you've learned, people you found, whatever.
I'd say just like kind of like the culture and history here. I mean, every single sport wins here, so I'd have to say this university just goes off of winning every single year. So that's something that being a West Coast guy, I really didn't really pay attention to the East Coast stuff. So being a part of a great university like this is just a blessing to be part of just such a winning university.
Well, Dalton, man, we appreciate the time, and I know Tennessee fans will be excited to watch you get out there on Saturday against Illinois and the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.